Hey, I'm Melanie Trailer, and we are talking about the Dandy Quilt-Along that is coming up in just a few weeks, and I'm going to tell you about our Longarm sponsors. Alright, so what you're looking at is the sign-up sheet for the Dandy Quilt-Along. When you sign up for this right here, it's going to sign you up for all the Quilt-Alongs for 2024. So we're working through my book Stash Work this year. There's 4 quilt patterns. There's going to be 4 Quilt-Alongs. We've already completed Chucky, and now we have Dandy to work through. And this kind of is a little timer to tell you when it's beginning, but you'll put your details in here, click submit, and you'll immediately receive an email that gets you going in the Quilt-Along. You can also see a few things that we've already done, but if you click on it, you can see all the videos and all the demos and work through the Quilt-Along yourself for Chucky. But this is just a little bit about that Quilt-Along. All right, so let's start talking Longarm quilters. Our first sponsor is Trace Creek Quilting, and you're looking at Lilo's website. It's tracecreekquilting.com. Never had a quilt longarm before. They pretty much all work the same, where they'll give you a panto library, or sometimes it's called a design library. You can click on that and it will show you some of the designs that they offer. Pantos right here. All right, hold on. All right, and then you're always looking at something like this that shows you, what it would look like. This is particularly nice because she shows you the design, but she also shows you what it looks like on a quilt, and I really like that design right there. So you kind of scroll through here and pick out one that you like for your quilt, and a lot of times they will help you with that if you needed help. And there's always, not always, but almost always an order form. Right, and then when you fill out the order form, it usually just asks your details, tells you, everything you need to know, price. You fill it in, and then they'll get back in touch with you with how to ship the quilt to them and things like that. All right, so that's Trace Creek Quilting, and each of the Longarmers that I'm telling you about today, they are all offering a prize of free longarming service. So really, really big deal. If you know how much quilting can cost you. All right, our second longarm sponsor is Blue Heron Quilting. And same thing, you can kind of just scroll through these websites and see a little bit about, this is Althea, see a little bit about, what they do, how they work. They usually tell you things about how to prepare your quilt, what the backing and batting need to be sized at in reference to the quilt, things like that. All right, so that was Blue Heron Quilting. Our third quilter is Modernly Stitched Quilt Studio, and I have sent a couple of quilts off to Beth here. And let me see if she's got her designs on display. All right, yeah, so that she has a library here where you can look through and see the different pantos. And again, I'm saying the word pantos, but just so you know, if you've never heard that word before, it means the quilting. And these are always done on longarm machines, and it kind of just makes everything perfect. All right, so that was Modernly Stitched Quilt Studio. Our next longarm sponsor is A Piece of Quilts. And let's see what she has here. Longarm Services. I love it when they put pictures. All right, so book a quilt, you would click here. Oh, I love looking at quilt pictures, y'all. I just cannot get enough of it. Current turnaround time, 2 weeks. That's pretty quick. And then they always tell you what to do to get your quilt longarm. So if you'll just piddle around on their website, it's usually, it usually stands out. Let's look at designs. Oh. All right, Megan has got her favorites listed here. Oh, that's pretty. I think I've had something like this on a Sassy Granny quilt in the past. That's really pretty. Main designs. It's very hard for me to decide which panto. I always have trouble, so I'll always say, you know, I want the believe it or not, what do you think? And then I kind of like sometimes let them talk me into things because I find it helpful, honestly, not having to make all my own decisions. All right, so that's a piece of quiet quilts. Our next sponsor is Third Story Threads. All right. Let's see, Longarm quilting. This is a pretty website. All right. Pick your design, intake form, so you'd fill out this form, prices, preps for getting your quilt top ready to be quilted, and then pick your design. Let's look at her designs. Oh, nice. I like that. I like that. Very pretty. Those look like, oh, cabbage rose. Yeah, I was about to say those look like roses. Oh, feathers. I really like to have something like that on a quilt one day. I know it's kind of basic, but I think it's really, really cool, and I don't have anything with circles like that, so I really, really would like something that looked like stacked circles. Let's see. So that is Third Story Threads. Our next sponsor is Ladybug Threads, and if I remember correctly, when I was doing my research on these long armors, Ladybug Threads was the only one who did custom quilting. So if you don't know the difference, edge to edge quilting is the most popular with long armors, and it means that they have a lot of work to do to get it done, but they tell the machine what they want, and then it comes in like a computerized type of thing. So they still have a lot to do with it because they have to move and shift and size and all that stuff, but it's actually a computer doing the movement of the machine versus custom quilting, which would be her moving it with her own hands. So let's look at that. All right, she is based in Utah. All right, so yeah, let me show you the difference. All right, so we kind of looked at edge to edge, but let's look at custom quilting. Let's see, I wonder, I know I looked at it before. Let's see. Maybe I saw it on her Instagram page. But yeah, let me zoom in here. You can see how that is different. Every single block is something different. And it's cost a lot more money to have custom quilting done to your quilt. Like when I've priced it out, it's usually been like almost double the price of the edge to edge, but for some quilts I could see it definitely being a thing that you would want. Let's see her design library, design catalog. All right, she's got these broken up into most popular and then all these other categories for the quilting. Let me look at Carly Porter because I've picked several of her designs in the past. What I like about Carly Porter is the graffiti looking stuff. I can't really get a good view of that one. Let's see what the most popular is. For some reason these images aren't loading. It might be me. Alright, but anyway, that is Ladybug Threads. Alright, our last long arm sponsor is Everyday Modern Quilts, and it's got a pretty website too. Quilt request form, so right there in front of you as soon as you pop on the thing if you wanted to place an order. And let's see, designs. Turnaround time 2 to 3 weeks. Oh, look at that. Pretty. Oh, I really like that. Really like that one. So yeah, each of these long arm quilters is offering a prize during the Dandy Quilt-along. They're going to be week 3 or week 4 and 5. So lots of winners. So really, really generous of them to offer this for us. And they're also, I think every single one of them is offering a discount on long arming. So if you don't win the prize, one of the 7 prizes for long arm services, if you don't win those, you can use these discounts to get a discount off your Dandy quilt, which is really, really nice and really, really generous. So I want to, say thank you to them for doing this for us. Just a big, big bonus. Right, so links to sign up for this quilt along and all the links to the long arm quilters that I mentioned, I'm going to put right below this video. We begin this quilt along on May 17th. It runs for 5 weeks. If you are interested, I hope you'll join in. There's going to be prizes every week, demos every week, and at the end of it, you're going to have a finished quilt top. So I hope you'll join us.